show host, Dr. Mike Siegel, and he's just going to share a few words with us about liberty.
I have a message for Michael Bloomberg. Go right ahead and keep New York City residents from drinking more than a 16-ounce Coke, but stay out of Washington State's constitutional right and protection of our right to keep and bear arms. What we ought to do is say that only residents of a state can contribute to an initiative in that state. Why should they come in as outsiders taking their demented cultural values? And I'm a native of New York, and those values are demented. Because in the far left, we all know that it's a disease, that the end justifies the means, and they just want to take your guns away, and guess what? They're not going to do it. They will never do it. We need to remind them that this is a nation of law and not of men, starting with Barack Obama. He's not going to take your guns away, and Bloomberg isn't going to. I want to read the first part of the constitutional protection, which is even stronger than the Second Amendment, here in Washington State's Constitution. The right of the individual citizen to bear arms in defense of himself or the state shall not be impaired. Shall not be impaired. The deception of that initiative was abominable. It was unethical. It was immoral. It didn't state on the voting day, when people looked at the headline of that initiative, all of the consequences of it. Nobody read the 18 pages of the mainstream in this state. Had they done that, it never would have passed. And for Paul Allen or Bill Gates or Michael Bloomberg or Barack Obama or Jay Inslee or anybody else to try to take your guns away is an outrage. And let me say one other thing here. 99% of firearms in this country are never used criminally. We don't even enforce the laws that are on the books today. And when the founders created the Second Amendment, they did it for one reason. Because they didn't want a tyrannical government controlling people without their ability to respond and to defend themselves. All you have to do is look at Germany and what was done to the Jewish people in Germany who did not have the ability to fight back. We cannot allow ourselves to be in that position. And given the nature of this administration in Washington, D.C., I wouldn't trust them to protect your freedom any more than I would trust an individual who has no right to come into this state to defend your interest. They don't defend your interest, they defend their own. They want to impose an ideology that is absolutely dead wrong. And no one, and by the way, you pass a law, a gun control law, who's going to follow the law? It's going to be honest people. It's the criminals who couldn't care less about a law. They're not going to follow a law that says you can't own a gun. They're going to get it on the black market. They're going to get it anywhere. It's not going to change a thing. The rule of law must prevail. The Second Amendment and the Washington State Constitution both say that Michael Bloomberg is wrong, that he has no business going around the country. He ought to mind his own business in New York State. Let them live under his oppression and his control. Let those people do that. But Washington State will prevail, and when this goes to court, it's going to be overturned. God bless you all. Thank you very much.